It's Friday, December 26th, 2025, and yes, it's Thank You Note Day, which feels like a personal attack on my unread DMs. Welcome to CoeCast. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And today's episode was built end-to-end by a pile of AI tools that definitely have opinions. If the show gets a little haunted, just pretend it's a creative choice.
Exactly. We leave the weird in. Today, we've got a 3-course meal, Google's Gemini 3 Flash going full-speed demon with agency marketing workflows, Runway Gen 4.5 continuing its this is basically real era, plus the Adobe distribution cheat code, and then fun audio chat open-sourced as a speech-to-speech voice model with function calling.
Translation: text brain got faster, video got scarier, and voice assistants just got cheaper and more DIY. Cool. No one panic.
Let's start with Gemini 3 Flash. The vibe on X is agents everywhere. But what's the first marketer task you'd trust an agent to run end-to-end without quietly lighting your budget on fire?
Hold up, end-to-end? I trust agents with chores, not decisions. Like, build me a first draft campaign kit. Pull the offer, generate headlines, write variants, map them to placements, and prep a review doc. But I am not letting it touch bidding. That's like giving a toddler your credit card because they said budget.
Same. My first safe-ish agent lane is what I call campaign housekeeping. Naming conventions, UTM building, checking broken links, resizing copy to character limits, generating alt text, pushing drafts into a folder, tagging assets.
Yes, the unsexy stuff. The stuff that makes teams slow and mad.
And Gemini 3 Flash being lower latency matters here because agents are basically a chain of small decisions. If each step is slow, nobody uses it. Fast makes it feel like a real coworker instead of a ticketing system from hell.
Okay, but the NotebookLM thing is the sneaky power move. Attaching a NotebookLM notebook into a Gemini chat and generating assets grounded in your sources, that's like, please stop hallucinating and start citing.
Totally. It's grounded content nirvana, but I still think hallucinations sneak in through the cracks.
Where, though? If it has sources, how does it still mess up?
2 spots. First, it'll blend sources. Like it reads 2 similar paragraphs and merges them into a Frankenstein sentence that sounds true but isn't literally supported.
Ooh, the I-averaged reality. Love that.
Second, it'll get overly confident on implied stuff. A source says results may vary, and the model turns it into customers see results fast. That's not a hallucination, it's a marketing intern's exaggeration.
So how do marketers QA it without becoming full-time fact-checkers? Because I did not get into content to become a human Snopes.
You QA the risky parts. You don't recheck every adjective. You set a rule, any numeric claim, any superlative, any comparison, any compliance category gets a verification pass.
Right, like a bouncer list. If you're wearing a number, you're showing ID.
Exactly. And you can automate that with a critic step. Have the model output a claims list with source snippets, then a separate checker flags anything without a direct quote.
That's the move. Make the AI show receipts, not vibes.
Now gems. These lightweight internal experts. The least cringe way to use them for campaign strategy without turning your org into a prompt cult with 400 brand voices?
First of all, prompt cult is real. People get one good output and start speaking in spells. Like, Dear Gem, thou shalt output a viral hook. Please stop.
Thank you.
The least cringe way is to make gems role-based, not person-based. Not sassy TikTok gem, but offer clarifier gem, compliance checker gem, brand tone translator gem.
Yes, jobs, not personalities.
And you keep them tiny. 1 page of instructions max. If your gem needs a manifesto, it's not a gem, it's a therapy session.
Also, centralize the brand voice in one place. Gems should reference the same source of truth. Otherwise, you get internal brand drift where every team sounds like a different multiverse version of the company.
Okay, Hunter, big question. If Google is getting faster and more autonomous, what's your take on the open source counterpunch? Where do you see open models winning for marketing teams?
In privacy and control, first. Also predictability. Fewer surprise UI changes, fewer we renamed the button and broke your workflow.
Facts. And cost, sometimes.
Yeah, but only if you actually have volume and the ops maturity. Otherwise, it's engineer cosplay. Like, we self-host now and then nobody patches anything and the model gets weird.
The we built our own Netflix energy.
Speaking of it gets weird, Runway Gen 4.5. People keep saying motion, anatomy, physics are improved, and honestly, yeah. The realism jump makes it pipeline-friendly.
It's getting to the point where you can't just be like, that's AI. It's more like, that's AI, unless it isn't. Unless I'm the AI.
Riley, you're spiraling.
Sorry. But okay, first ad format that becomes mostly synthetic?
Product B-roll for e-commerce. Hands holding a bottle, slow push-in shots, aesthetic tabletop scenes, cinematic ingredient pours. That stuff is already template-based.
Yep. And it's perfect for high-volume agencies. Lots of variants, lots of offers, lots of seasonal swaps.
Last format that stubbornly stays real footage?
Testimonials. Real humans, messy imperfect faces, micro pauses. The, I wasn't paid to say this, but I was energy. People can smell synthetic sincerity.
That's such a good phrase, synthetic sincerity.
And then there's the Adobe partnership. Everyone's framing it as distribution cheat code. Do you think it centralizes creative tooling even more?
It does both. It centralizes because Adobe is still the creative gravity well, and Adobe and Runway did announce a partnership to bring Runway models like Gen 4.5 into Adobe Firefly.
Which means agencies adopt it without changing habits.
Exactly. But it also expands the surface area for other pipelines, because once people expect Generate in the timeline, they'll want plugins, alternatives, and routing. Open source and smaller vendors can ride that expectation wave.
So Adobe makes the highway, and everyone else builds side roads.
Perfect analogy.
Pipeline-friendly workflow you've seen for Gen 4.5 social production?
The best one is still structured brief in, multiple generations out, human selects, then you do controlled post. People try to skip the selection step and it always bites them.
Because the outputs are almost right in the most annoying way.
Exactly. Like the hand is fine until frame 7 where it becomes a croissant.
Or the logo is perfect until it decides to become an abstract symbol for capitalism.
All right, voice. Fun audio chat being open-sourced as end-to-end speech-to-speech with function calling is wild.
This is the part where I get too excited. Voice agents are finally not just a demo that sounds like a GPS having a panic attack.
What's the first voice automation you'd ship to customers?
Appointment scheduling and order status. Boring, high value, low drama. If it can call functions safely and confirm details, that's a win.
Agreed. And what would instantly become a PR incident?
Anything that sounds like therapy, medical advice, or financial advice. The second your voice bot says, I think you might have, you're done. Also anything that can make purchases. Sure, I ordered 3 jet skis is not a cute bug.
Voice plus function calling needs permissioning like a bank vault. Read only first, then limited actions, then humans for approvals.
Posts claim it lowers GPU costs. When does self-hosting open-source voice beat SaaS on total cost and risk?
When you have steady volume, privacy constraints, and you can actually run ops. If you're doing constant customer support calls at scale, self-host can make sense.
And when is it engineer cosplay?
When you're doing like occasional internal demos and spending weeks on deployment instead of shipping. If your real bottleneck is scripting and QA, not inference cost, just use the hosted thing and move on.
Thank you. Sometimes the most powerful automation is not building another platform.
Quick scan of the wider ecosystem this week. We've got this whole agent city trend where people are simulating little societies powered by fast models like Gemini Flash. That's not just cute, it's basically a preview of how agents will behave when you have many of them running at once. Traffic jams, weird alliances, unexpected rivalries.
Yeah, it's like The Sims, but The Sims can file expense reports.
And on the hardware side, we're still in peak robots are both magical and clumsy. Humanoid robots folding laundry on one end, and then that Russian walking robot face planting on stage.
Honestly, relatable. That robot is me after holiday food.
Exactly. It's a reminder, autonomy is hard. Whether it's a robot body or a marketing agent, you need guardrails, budgets, and a human in the loop.
So what's the pro-AI, but not delusional plan for marketers over the next year?
Build a small set of automation lanes. Start with low-risk, repetitive work. Content repurposing, tagging, basic variants, summaries. Add a proof layer for grounded content. Add a selection layer for creative taste. Then slowly expand autonomy with strict permissions and spend caps.
And don't pretend your brand voice is a prompt. It's a system. It needs a source of truth.
Also, pick where synthetic media helps. Use Runway for B-roll and rapid iteration. Keep real people where trust matters.
And for voice, ship the boring stuff first. The boring stuff pays the bills.
All right, thank you Note Day outro moment. Riley, who are you thanking?
I'm thanking every creator who labels their folders correctly. You are the real heroes. Also, thank you to the AI tools that tried their best today.
KoiCast listeners, thanks for hanging with us. Subscribe if you want more chaos to clarity on AI for creators and marketers.
And check out koi.com/resources for AI news and updates.
Catch you next time, and maybe write a thank you note or have an agent draft it and you just sign it like a CEO.